Hello, hello, and welcome to Take Your Medicine. This is episode 78. We recorded 77 in the desert, and I did a little bit of channeling and meditation. And as soon as I stopped recording, I felt instant anxiety about posting. It's extremely vulnerable and sensitive for me, and I have to just let that go and keep sharing. I know I'll be sloppy at first and whatever, and I just have to keep trying to be as authentic and real and whatever me as I can. As I was driving home from recording, I started talking to myself as a little child, basically speaking to the little girl inside of me that was scared to post and to show that side of me. And I've seen this on a TikTok where this girl just talks to herself super soft and gentle like a little kid. And so I decided to do it for the first time. It's always been very uncomfortable for me to talk to myself. And so that's been a practice. I've been trying to speak to the spirits more when I'm by myself, to sing out loud more, and to just keep my throat chakra open. And anyway, I was in the car and I was asking myself, I was saying, Tobi, what are you afraid of? What is so scary about posting this? And then I answered myself and realized, that all of these voices in my head that are telling me not to post and that you're weird and you're a fraud and you're this and you're that. Those voices, I asked myself, Tobi, who are the voices that you are hearing when you are so scared to post your video? And the answer to that was all of the voices that literally want me to fail, all of the voices that want to control me, all the voices that want me to be wrong so their answers can be right. There are so many people in my life that are going to be weirded out by the weirdness that is me now. And I have to accept that and be okay with that, because I cannot be anything but me. Whatever I am, I am. Whatever this is, it is. And I can't control that. I don't want to control it. I spent my entire life, acting and behaving in a way that I thought would help me feel safe and loved and cared for and connected to my community. And it was all programming, and it was all these power structures that were designed to literally take my money and take my energy and not have me be the authentic version of me. I remember one of my stepmoms, I've had three stepmoms. And one of them, when I was a teenager, told me, because I acted a lot in high school, I did drama theater. And in one of our arguments, she said, "You're just a really good actress, Tobi." And that fucked me up. That really made me think. And I hear that voice in my head all the time as I scrape and claw out of all of the programming and try and uncover what is real, what is me, what is the most authentic version of myself. I hear this voice saying, "You're just an actress." And that's hard to overcome. All of the different programming that told me what to be, I'm trying to push back against. And it is difficult and sloppy sometimes. So last night I had a dream, and it was like I was in this big house with everybody I ever thought loved me. There were tons of family members, aunts, uncles, cousins, parents, siblings, but there were also a bunch of friends from all throughout my childhood and adulthood. This mansion house situation was just full of people that I knew, and I felt completely isolated. There was so much energy of like, we've been talking behind your back and we're avoiding eye contact with you and we're avoiding you altogether. And specifically, there were several men in my life that used to find me sexy and attractive and used to slide into my DMs and used to flirt with me and try and get me to do things with them. Those men were in my dream, and one of them gave me a hug and whispered in my ear, "You're just a performer, Tobi." And I thought, like, is it true? Like, what am I? And I have done so much work to try and remove any masks, to remove any programming, to remove any reason for doing anything other than I feel good about it in my heart. I feel like it is aligned with my purpose and my passion. And so I have to continually ask myself, who are the voices that you are hearing when you are doubting yourself, when you are feeling insecure? You know, I used to hate that I was so emotional. I've always been an extremely emotional person. And in the Mormon church, every first Sunday of the month, we have testimony meeting, or I used to. And that's where anybody that wants to can come up and bear their testimony or speak on their beliefs about the church or about whatever. And I used to feel like that was something that God wanted me to do, and I did it a lot. I was very much an overachiever in the LDS church. And when I would bear my testimony, I could never, I don't think I ever once got through a testimony without weeping and crying and getting so emotional. And it would drive me crazy. It made me feel weak. I hated feeling weak. And I have realized that my emotion is my superpower, that emotion is energy in motion, that channeling comes through the heart center, through allowing my heart to break wide open and feel everything, the joy and the pain. I get to feel the entire spectrum of emotions because I allow myself to feel the hard things, to feel the suffering of the world. And it is purifying and it clears me to express my emotion. And so I have stopped shaming myself for that. No matter how weird it looks to other people, I cannot care anymore about what other people think of me. I have to step into my purpose and my power. And that is what I'm trying to do. And it is not easy. It is difficult. I feel like I'm swimming upstream. But here I am. Who cares? In the dream also, there were 3 giant snakes at a certain point on me. And I did not know in the dream if they were poisonous or not, but they were so big and so heavy. And I was trying to make it through this mansion into this room that had no windows, that was completely dark. And I was trying to be as gentle and slow as I could to get all 3 of these snakes off of me onto somebody in my life who has been in my life my entire life, that is very close to me. I was trying to get those snakes off of me and onto him. And as soon as I did, I went into this dark room, and that's all I remember, is that there was no window and no light. The only light shining into the room was the light from the room I was coming from. It was a really interesting dream, and I feel like I learned a lot, or at least just felt like I had clarity on a lot. Like, there are so many people I thought accepted me as I am. I thought loved me for me. And the more me I become, the more new amazing people enter my life, and some of the others fall away because I refuse to conform to however anyone else thinks that I should feel or believe or act in my life. I have to live my truth. And so this work, you know, I tell clients sometimes, I think I've said this on the show before, that starting out on this work, it's like when you cook a turkey for Thanksgiving and the bottom of the pan is like black and shiny and it's like charred with grease from the turkey or whatever. And it doesn't look that bad because it's still like shiny and solid. But when you start cleaning it, you add some soap and water and start scrubbing it, that process makes it look so much more messy. The water's all murky, everything is dirty and disgusting. And that is the work of clearing away the programming. It can get messy sometimes. Things have to fall away. All of the stuff that you thought was real might not be real. And you have to be willing to open yourself to that and let those things go sometimes. Setting boundaries is important. It is an act of self-love. And so that's what I'm trying to do in my life, is to be as real as humanly possible, to check in with my heart and myself alone, to see, is this aligned with who I am? Is this relationship helping me in my life? Do I feel safe here? Do I feel supported here? Do I feel unconditionally loved and accepted here? And there are so many people in my life who love and accept me as I am, and I'm so grateful for that. Let's see, what else? I have some notes. I honestly think that's really all I want to talk about today, is just how difficult it has been to step into being more public with my gifts. It is not always pretty. It looks weird. Channeling, when I was channeling in the desert the other day, I was feeling so much spirit energy moving through my body. And you can't necessarily see it, but it is extremely intense for me. And I am being healed through that process. The channeling energy is healing life energy. It is beautiful, high vibration energy. And the rest of that day was glorious for me. I had the most wonderful hour with my son, Anthony. He showed me all kinds of new music that he's been listening to, Russian music, Japanese music. It was so cool. He literally knew some of the words to some of the songs. He showed me Italian brain rot on TikTok. That was hilarious. And he shared all of his plans for when he's wealthy and when he's ruling the world, and who he's going to appoint and who he's going to get rid of, and all of these things. He had all kinds of ideas for how to bring peace to the world. He said he's going to get rid of all of the prisons and give each prisoner their own individual meditation teacher to help heal them. That's his plan for getting rid of prisons. And then I got to go and spend time with one of my older children, and we played pool together and had lunch together and had the best conversation. It's like channeling energy brings joy, brings lightness, and it changes my energy field so that my interactions after channeling are high vibration interactions. It's such a cool experience, and I want to teach people how to do the work, to open themselves, to clear the trauma, to clear the programming, to meditate, to slow down and be quiet, so that you can have these experiences too, that you can connect with higher vibration entities that can literally heal you and teach you and show you and guide you the way to being the happiest, healthiest version of you there is. That is what we're all meant to be, is joyful and happy. And I feel like being joyful and happy and radically myself is offensive to people, because we are all mirrors. And when a miserable person looks at a happy person, they don't like to see their misery through my happiness. And that is just something that I have to get used to. It's okay. There's so many positive interactions that come from me being me. I get to experience so many beautiful things from being happy and joyful and healthy and authentic. And if that offends people, that is okay. What people think of you is none of your business. That is what I always tell my children, and that is what I'm trying to learn. I will get brave again soon and do more channeling. I want to use medicine. I want to film myself using medicine and channeling these beings and channeling their messages. And we'll get there. We will get there. So thank you so much for being with me. I am going to get back to my family. It's Saturday evening, and I just wanted to hop on and talk for a minute, and back to my house I go. I love you all. I hope you're having a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next time. Namaste.